Welcome back, friends. Today I have for you another easy and delicious recipe. This one is like a potato and ground beef type casserole. Really easy and lots of flavor in this one as well. So you need at least 4 cups of thinly sliced potatoes, and if you have a mandolin, that works great for this. And some of these are starting to turn a little bit because, the air hits it a little bit after you slice them. So I want to hurry up and get this one in the oven. But you need to have 1 tablespoon of minced onions. You can either use fresh onions. I decided just to go ahead and use just some dried minced onions that I already had, on hand, and that adds a lot of flavor. 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. You need a can of cream of celery soup, a 1/3 cup of milk, and this is also 10-ounce bag of frozen yellow corn. You could probably use any type of vegetable that you want. You can use mixed vegetables if you'd like. This is what I had on hand. This is what the recipe called for. And that's what I just decided to go ahead and use. But you can also use leftover vegetables if you have it. 1 pound of ground beef. And I also had a little bit left of this Jimmy Dean hot sausage, and I love this in recipes like this, so I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of that to the ground beef and, fry that up. And you also need 1 cup of cheddar cheese, and I probably have a little bit more there, and 2 tablespoons of butter that will also be melted. I also use Kinder's, it's a garlic and herb seasoning. You do not have to use that. I wanted to add, I felt like it needed to have a little bit more flavor to it, so I will add some more to that. And I will probably season up my, potatoes a little bit. So first I'm going to go ahead and just, start frying up my meat. And as I said, you don't have to use the sausage in this, but like I said, I really do think it adds a lot of flavor anytime I use it in recipes like this. But I'm going to add some of this buttery garlic and herb seasoning that really does add a lot of flavor to this dish. So add whatever type of seasoning you feel will go well with it. And like I said, I just feel like it just needs a little extra to it, and that's just me. I like to add extra seasoning when I can. And this is also some of those minced onions, which, instead of chopping up onions, I decided to just go ahead and use that as well. I sprayed a 9 by 13 inch baking dish with some avocado oil and just made sure, to spread it around because that'll help to get your potatoes to stick to the sides and everything. But you're going to add your melted butter. So 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And I forgot to also mention you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now you can use less salt, and I probably would do that the next time just because I forgot, everything else is going to have salt as far as the soup and the cheese and also the sausage I used. So, and some of the seasoning I used. But it wasn't overly salty, but we do try to watch our salt intake when we can. Now, just mix that up really well and then pour it into your dish. And I do all of that at one time. That way it's easier when you go to, put the potatoes up around the sides of the dish. And I wanted the potatoes to have just a little bit more seasoning, so I did add some of this New Orleans Cajun seasoning to it. And that does, add more flavor to the potatoes. So, besides just the salt. And like I said, if you're going to add extra seasoning, you don't have to add the salt. But I do find that it helps with potatoes because potatoes can, get a little bland. But I'm going to go ahead and start putting some of these to the side of the pan. So all you're going to do is kind of make a crust. And as I'm putting these towards the side of the dish, I'm going to also put the potatoes on the bottom, so that way it kind of holds it up some. You're sort of making a potato crust, and you're just going to continue to do that all the way around until, you have a complete, the sides are all covered and everything, and the bottom. So you can overlap these. You can put, 2 layers if you have to. And I don't really know how many cups I had, but it called for 4 cups. But I just went ahead and did as much as I thought I needed, and just layered that the best that I can. And as I said, as you're layering it on the sides, you kind of spread the bottom out and push the potatoes up against the ones that are on the side. That way it kind of holds it, in place. And just know that if you overlap the potatoes on the bottom of the pan, they may not crisp up, but they'll still, turn out good. I'm going to add a little bit more seasoning on top. And then I'm going to put this in the oven on 350 and then just kind of let it cook until those potatoes get tender. You don't want them to burn or anything. Just, get them to where, they start to get a little softer. And then I'm going to show you the filling and everything that you're going to make. So add your cream of celery soup to a bowl. You could also use cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, any type of soup that you'd prefer. The recipe called for the celery, so I just decided to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add that milk. And then the pepper and the garlic. Add the onions. And just stir it up really well. And it's going to be a little soupy, but that's, the mixture there. But you're also going to add some cheese to this, so that will kind of help thicken it up a little bit. So add half of the cheese, and you're going to use the other half to put on top of the casserole, which I will probably use more than what's left. So I probably will shred just a little bit more. But I do put half of it in this mixture, and you just mix it up well. And when your meat is done, you want to make sure to drain any of the grease that's there off. You don't want any of that in this. You could also use ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever you'd like for this, whatever protein you want to use. And when the potatoes come out of the oven, you can see they're going to be a little tender. And some of the potatoes kind of fold over a little bit, but that's okay. As we add, the ingredients to it, it'll push up against the sides. So you're going to add the ground beef, and like I said, I added that hot sausage to it as well. So I may have a little bit more, here than what you may have, or you can add a little bit more of the ground beef if you want. But as I, like I said, as I layer it, I'm just kind of push it up against the sides. That way it kind of holds up, those potatoes a little bit better as well. And just continue to do that. And once you have that layer of meat down, take the frozen corn or whatever vegetables you want to use. Like I said, you can use frozen mixed vegetables if you'd like. If you have vegetables that were left over from the night before, something like that you want to use up, you can add that to this as well. And just break up any frozen pieces, large pieces, and spread it out. Then take that soup mixture and spread that over the corn. And now take the half of the cheese that you had left and sprinkle that on top. I did shred some more, so I probably ended up with another cup on this, but it would be a half a cup that you would add to the top. But we like cheese, so that's why I added a little bit more. It says to bake on 400 for 20 minutes, so be sure to check it because I did not. And you can see here that the potatoes kind of burned a little bit there, and didn't want that. So you do need to check it, or put some foil over it so that way the potatoes that are sticking up like that don't burn. The rest were fine. So I'm adding some parsley, which is optional to this, but that adds a little color and a little flavor to it as well. And then I just plated it up, and really, really delicious. Like I said, some of the ones on the sides of the pan crisped up the potatoes. The ones on the bottom might not crisp up as much. It just depends on how long you cooked it when you first, put them in the oven before adding all the ingredients. But this was really, really delicious. Definitely a versatile recipe. Many variations. So you can use different proteins in this, different vegetables, make it your own, and really, really delicious. So definitely one I will make again. But I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're interested in recipes and videos like this, just click that subscribe button. I would love to have you here and become a part of my YouTube family. It doesn't cost anything. Just click that subscribe button and that notification bell. That'll let you know when I post new videos. But I hope everyone has a very blessed day and a great week. God bless y'all.